everybody, it's Ella. So I'm back today to show you how to submit your homework on GitHub and on the course management form. I have a few requests to do a tutorial on how I submit my homework. So I thought I'd do the demonstration on the homework 3 and how I prepare for it using home module 4 and where the URL is on homework 2 because it's already been scored, right? So what we need to do is to create the URL for you to fill in the homework form. So first, when I prepare to do homework, I just create the contents of the homework MD inside a blank new Jupyter notebook. So what I do is I just copy paste it into a markdown file, and then I split each question into its own cell, and I put a Python cell in between. So in this manner, when I work through the questions, especially because sometimes the form is not yet ready, right? So for example, there's no homework for analytics yet. So the form is not ready for us to do any to fill out the form. So then I use this form to prepare my answers. So what it looks like. So this placeholder, let me just back up a step. Once you create the placeholder, you then commit and add to your staging tree and you commit it. So when you commit and come to your repository, so that is for module 4, right? So I just created this placeholder like an hour ago. So the file is here in my repository. So this is a URL that I would copy and paste into that field. Oops, why is it not loading? Yeah, copy and paste into this field. So as you work through the homework and you have more answers and you populate the form, the URL doesn't change, right? So this URL doesn't change, but you can keep adding to your Jupyter notebook file and keep commenting your work. So you can see, for example, my homework 2. If you go through the history, you'll see that I first started the Jupyter notebook and then I keep committing to it. So the URL itself doesn't change. Okay, so this is I'm not saying that this is the only way for you to do the homework like using a Jupyter notebook, but this is the way that works for me. So over a few courses, I realized that sometimes we work ahead of the submission form. So when the form is not yet ready, so I can just plug in the answer here, and if you look at the outline, you will see. So let me open a homework 2 for an example. So this homework 2. So as I work on it, right, then I populate the answer, so then the answer would appear on my table of contents. So when I'm ready to populate the form, I can just make sure that all these answer match in the form. So that's the part about submitting the URL for the submission form. The other thing was when you are in Mage, right? So for example, our homework 2 requires us to work in Mage. So we actually have a copy of the file system in Mage copied into our IDE file explorer. But if you don't want to play around with the git ignore, which I'll get to in a little bit, you can actually download these data blocks. If you go into the pipelines and under the pipeline entry here, if you scroll all the way to the right, there's a save icon. So you can download this. This would download your folder structure in a zip file. So you need to unzip it. And when you unzip, the contents of that file is what you need to commit into GitHub. So the instructors need to see like this is what your data blocks look like, right? So this is what you need to submit for the homework. So same thing for module 4 that we need to do the DBT project, right? So this is a sample for the lessons. So for our homework, we need something similar. Yeah, so that's all I have for you today. Hope that answers some of your questions. If you have more questions, just ask in Slack, or you can write your questions in the comment below. So happy learning, everybody. See you in Slack. Bye bye.